Let's send this over to my boy. All right, how everybody doing? Hey, listen, let me just send off this link to some people so they can join. We're gonna talk. Oh, let's send the link off. Let's go from here. How everybody doing, y'all? Listen, we're gonna have a discussion here, but first, I have to send off this link to everybody. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We're gonna do some live today, y'all. I haven't done live in a little bit, so we're gonna do this together, y'all. If you're here, don't be afraid to say hi. We're gonna start a conversation soon. I am just sending over some of these. You know, we're gonna share. Let everybody know that I'm here. We're really gonna have a discussion, man. We're gonna have fun tonight. But I'm gonna do the honors, and let me send my link to a couple of my peeps because they have asked me to. How are you all doing, man? If you're here, don't be afraid to say hi. All right. Don't be afraid to say hello. We are live on YouTube. And also, hey, if you want to catch me on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, you can catch me on TikTok too, okay? How are y'all doing over there? But we're going to have some discussion, y'all. What's going on? So let me send it over away. Today, we're going to talk about what's your expectations on a first date. That's what we're going to be talking about. But before I jump right into it, yeah, I have to send the link off to a couple of my peoples, y'all. I have to send it off. We're gonna talk about what's your expectation on a first date. And you guys can talk to me. My people is gonna join me in a few. I'll be reading all your comments for sure. So don't be afraid to say hello. What I'm doing. I'm just sending over some sending over my link. Listen, and also if you want to join me on this panel, you can just let me know. Just let me know if you want to join. I'll send you the link and I can bring you up on screen and we can have this discussion together. All right? So don't be afraid. I am just sending this out. We're going to have some fun today for sure. Send over the link. What's your email? Send me your email address, Jermaine, and I'm going to send you over. Actually, I think if I paste this in here, you actually should be able to click on here on that link, I think, and I'll be able to let you in. Could you try that, Jermaine? Let me know if the link that I sent you, you can click on it and I'll be able to let you in, okay? So let me know. My boy is gonna join me today too. My boy is gonna join me. Jermaine, let me know if you can click on the link, and then when you click on the link, I should be able to just allow you to enter the panel. So let me know if that's possible. If not, I will have to send it to you via email. All right. And as you guys, as I say, guys, we are also on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, you can also follow us on TikTok. Myself, Jermaine, and the crew, we're gonna have a discussion here, and we're gonna discuss also a video that we have seen not too long ago. So hey, we're gonna have fun for sure. We're gonna have fun. If you know someone who loves these topics, hey, you can share the YouTube link, the Prince Network, and we can go from there. What's going on, Jay Cooks? Is in the building. I am here already. Good. Jermaine, did you see the link that I sent you? Click on the link. I should be able to bring you up on the panel. We're gonna have some fun tonight, y'all. I'm excited about this. Jermaine is in the building for sure. I'm gonna try to get him up on screen. And let me see who else. Uh, let's see. Send me. Jermaine, send me your email address on WhatsApp and I will email you the link so that you should be able to, once I email you the link, you'll be able to click on screen, click on that link, and you will come up on screen. All right. So please send it over. My boy Marshall also is going to be joining us. We're going to have a big discussion, y'all. Okay. Let's send this to Marshall. I will do. It's better on my laptop. Yeah, yeah. So, like I said, send me your email, or I will resend the link in the chat, and you will just click on it, and it should work also. Okay. So, if someone want to come up on the panel just to have a discussion, of course that's possible. Of course that's possible. Let's see. I'm just forwarding the link before we get into this conversation, y'all. Uh, Everybody's asking for the link. Hey, everybody want to join us. That's what I'm doing right now. Uh, we gonna have this going just now. This guy have a Hotmail account. I didn't even know Hotmail is still around. Wow, I did not know. I did not know. All right. Send me your email, Jermaine. Let me get Jermaine email also. We are live on YouTube and also we are live on TikTok, so you can join us. But before I get started, I'm sending out the link to a couple of my people. JermaineKaona@gmail.com. All right, Jay, let me know if you received the email. All right, Jay, let me know if you receive it. And then we're going to get going, y'all. Then we're going to get going. The topic today we're gonna have what's your expectation on a first date, y'all, and also we're gonna be also discussing a video that I've seen earlier. All right, I'm just waiting for my guys to hop on here, and then it's a go. Once click on the link once you receive it, and I'll let you in. Okay. And anybody who want to join us on the panel, man, can join us. Anybody. We're just getting all set up. Yeah. Jermaine, let me know that you get it, and we'll go from there. Melodies. We're gonna have a nice little discussion here. This is gonna be fun. I can anticipate this. Fun already. I'm just doing my due diligence, yo. I'm sending the link to everybody, and we go from there. Let's call Jermaine. Make sure he's good, and then we can go. Marshall is good. We're gonna have fun tonight, y'all.
Been forwarded to voicemail.
We're gonna have fun today. Let's call these guys. Yeah, so Jermaine and Marshall is gonna be who you what's going on, Juna? We have a discussion. My boys are gonna join me on here, so I'm just waiting for them to join. I'm calling Jermaine. You know Jermaine already. You have to make sure you have his makeup on and all that stuff. Let me see if my guy here got my email. Yes, man, guys, make sure you're hitting the like button, represent. Hey, you got the email? Yeah. All right, then. Once you click on it, I'll be able to bring you up on the panel, okay? Okay. Good. My boy got that. His name is Jermaine, 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 Jermaine. You sound like French? Jermaine. But it's actually Jermaine. I'm also having discussion also on TikTok here. Some people are talking to me on TikTok, and this is straight from YouTube here. So this view right here is YouTube, right? TikTok. I'm gonna try and follow all the comments so I don't miss anything. That's the plan. So the topic that we're gonna be having tonight is what's your expectations on a first date? So you guys can go ahead, make your notes. You understand? If you are not able to join us on the panel, you can also shoot your comments, and we'll be able to try our best to answer them or have someone else answer them. How about that? So, but we're gonna do this together. We're gonna have fun for sure. All right. I don't wanna run forward yet because my boy Jermaine and Marshall will be up in here in a few. So let's just wait for them. How about that? I know, right? I know. Call him loud. Call him. All right, so let me add Marshall is here. Yes, sir. What's going on, my boy? All right, so let's make sure that I'm hearing you. Let's see here.
Awesome.
Okay. So Marshall, just make sure you speak so I can hear. Make sure I can hear you.
Check 1 2 1 2. Can you
All
hear me?
right, that's what I'm talking about. Good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. My boy Marshall is here. Cosmic, what's going on? Cosmic Moon, what's going on? So I also will be reading the comments and all that good stuff. So my boy Marshall is gonna be joining me. Jermaine should be here soon. Marshall, say hello to the people. You can say hello, Marshall. Don't be shy.
I'm getting a delay, so that's why I was waiting for you to finish up. Good night, everyone who's on. Who's on? Good night. Good night. Good night.
All right, all right. Yes, Cosmic, it's been a long time, man, but your boy is back, man. Your boy is like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He said, I'll be right back. I'm actually back. It's been a long time. So tonight we actually are on TikTok. I have TikTok running on the side here live also. And then I have this view right here is actually YouTube. So if you are here and you have not followed me, just click on the Prince Network. Make sure you're following me. All right. Let's get me from 30,000 subscribers to about 100,000 subscribers. So until Jermaine is here, I don't know what's happening. I'm sure if he's having problems, he will text me. We're gonna start, and when Jermaine comes, we bring him up on screen, and then we will also continue from there. However, the topic for tonight is what's your expectations on a first date? And then also there's a video that we've seen that a few of us have seen, and we also gonna probably also kind of dive into that and touch little points that I think is important from there. All right. So let's start with my boy Marshall is here. So Marshall is married now. So hey, you guys, let's throw that out there. But Marshall, when on your first date, what was your expectations like? And I'm sure also you can also speak for a wifey. What were you guys' expectations on a first date? And we take it from there. And we just lost Marshall. Let's wait for him to come back. Let's bring him back up. We still waiting on Jermaine. I don't know why. Hey guys, don't remember hit that like button, man. Listen and show some love. Get the likes up to about 1,000 or more. Marshall was having some technical difficulties, so let me wait for him to come back. You guys like my new cut? I have not done this no beard for a few years now. So yeah, Marshall is back, y'all. Are you good? Audio is much better.
We're having some delays in the with the sound though.
If you have any extra maybe another phone or something, you will need to turn the volume down and just use the volume on the one unit only. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad feedback. So just keep that in mind. If there's anything close, if like say you're on one device and you have another device running, just turn the main volume down for the other device and just keep your volume for your main device on. Okay. And I'm still waiting on Jermaine. Where's Jermaine? Let's see if he's lost. Just let me know when you're good, Marshall.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can get out some of this feedback.
Yeah, normally when there is feedback, like I said, do you have more than one device on?
No, it's just I'm on the laptop, just on the laptop.
Or maybe the volume, this is on YouTube. Maybe the volume on YouTube, you might have to turn that down itself, maybe. You can try that. Thanks, Cosmic. Cosmic in the building, y'all. We're just having a little bit technical difficulty, so we just Marshall is trying to fix it. But while he's doing that, let me talk to you guys. All right. So, like I said, the topic is what's your expectations on a first date? You can also send your comments. You can also type your comments, and I will try my best to answer them. Right. Same goes for everyone that's on TikTok. You type your comments, and I will try my best to kind of answer them. But so the question to everybody would be, what's your expectations on a first date? Right. And while you're thinking about your expectations, do you have I was speaking to one person there was saying that, and this was an actual guy actually. So he was saying on a first date, he try his best not to spend too much money because it's a first date and he's not sure there's going to be a second date. So he's saying he prefer to take the person somewhere neutral where they can kind of talk, have conversation, you know what I mean, and just kind of really get to know each other, whether that be, a restaurant, somewhere you can have something to drink. Some people love to be in the outdoors, maybe a park or wherever. Yeah. So to each their own, right? And it's a first date. So that's what he was saying. And Jermaine is calling now. Let's take his call. What's going on, my boy? What's that? I'm not hearing you, buddy.
Oh, I tell her to email.
I sent you an email already.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna check it.
We're waiting on you. Someone on TikTok was like, "What's wrong with Jermaine?"
Oh yeah, TikTok too now.
Not, yeah, but I send you the link for the YouTube. Okay.
Okay, cool.
All right. Once you're in live on YouTube, you can get your TikTok running.
Yeah, I will use the tablet.
All right, buddy.
All right, cool.
Cool. You ready, Marshall?
I think so. I think I am.
All right.
Can you hear me properly?
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you for sure. I'm hearing you. So, you want me to repeat the question?
I got it. But first I want to start off by you started off there just now with the money aspect of it, but I want to take it from the top.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. The floor is all yours, my guy.
So when a lot of people hear about dating, they have different concepts or different understanding of what dating is. But dating is, for me, from my understanding, dating is a a social phenomenon that has been prevalent throughout human history, and it is a process through which individuals explore each other romantically, seeking companionship, love, and connection. Right. This may involve a series of interactions, like starting with the first date, which sets the foundation for the exploration. Dating can be defined as a social activity, as I said earlier, where individuals engage in planned interaction. And the purpose of this is to get to know each other better, with a potential for a romantic relationship. It's sort of as a platform of exploring one, compatibility, exploring shared interests, trying to determine if there is a emotional connection. So there are different aspects of things that of dating that needs to be understood. Because, as I said earlier, people, when some people, when they hear about dating, a lot of things go through their mind, except the main purpose of dating. I was looking at a movie, I think last night or 2 nights ago, and it had this same issue with this woman. Well, she's a Christian, and her idea of dating was, as long as the person wants to date, it means that they are going to bed. But I think dating has been shifted so much from the scene, because I'm an old school guy. I came up in that era where dating was a thing, the thing, right? Because you needed to know the individual that you're having that connection with. Yes, you might probably see a young lady and you're attracted to her, but what are you attracted to? What you're attracted to there is just the physique.
What are you seeing right away? Yeah.
What you see, you see that, and some people talk about love at first sight. There's nothing like that. You cannot love somebody by just seeing their physique. You have to know the person as much as possible. So no, I'm not saying that you can know the person in pardon?
That's more attraction at first sight.
Oh yes, it is. It is attraction at first sight. But in order for you to get to that level where you can say that you love this individual, you have to know the person. And mind you, you would never ever know the person in their entirety during dating. You would not. Because people tends to show you what they want you to see in order to get where they want to get
the prize,
right?
To get the prize.
To get the prize. But it is much more than that. And I honestly think that dating is a misconception. A lot of people have a misconception of what it is and what's the purpose of it and how it should be done.
Someone is asking in the comments right here. They were saying there's also dating versus courtship. So in your own words, what do you think the difference of? What's the difference of the two?
So courtship is also the process of getting to know the person, but dating is the more active part of getting to know the person, where you go out and socialize. because
Mhm.
remember we laid the foundation that it is social. It is a social activity.
Mhm.
So the courtship is trying to get to know the person that you're gonna get into a relationship with. But the
Okay.
dating is more an active part of getting to know the person, if you understand what I mean. So this involves like going for like probably a dinner, or going to a movie, or going to if the person like nature, like going for a walk.
Mhm.
And while you're doing these things, you're having meaningful conversation, which will help you to get a better understanding of who the person is, their character, and what where they want to go with a relationship. Those are things that you can find out on a date, and that is why it is very, very important.
All right. All right. Yeah, guys, listen, at any given time, if you wanna post your comments, and you wanna combat anything that or rebuttal anything that we are saying, please go ahead. This is a discussion. It's not a study. We're not experts. This is just, we just having
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We
conversations.
should get that out there first.
Please. Okay. Nothing we say is actually gospel. Okay. All right. Jermaine, are you get lost or what, Jermaine? Jermaine is still trying to get in, right? So yeah, so you make some very, very good important points. Jay Cooks, also, if you want to add anything, because you're the one who brought this up. Okay, so she did add something, so let me bring it up on the screen. She said courtship has the intention of marriage, while getting to one individual person, while dating is inclusive to more than one person, in my opinion. This is something that I have a problem with. I was talking to someone about this, where yeah, click on the link, Jermaine, and I will get you in. Okay, just click on the link and I will let you in. Click on the link that I send you via email, because I don't believe that you should, like, this is just my personal belief. Like I said, nothing we say here is gospel. Like, I think trying to, I don't know, man, trying to be out there with multiple people at once, calling it dating or whatever, it could end up being messed up. Right? So I prefer, if I'm dating someone, like, just focus on that one person. And if that doesn't work out, then hey, we go your separate ways, then you can try somebody else. But dating like multiple people, 2 and 3 people at once, can end up being crazy. And one of the example that I had said, suppose I just take a young lady home. We were just watching, we were just having dinner at maybe Yorkdale, right? I just take her home. Now I take her home, and then I decide to go back to Yorkdale to the movies to take someone else, right? And maybe that same person that I just dropped home decide to come to the mall to go shopping with their family member. They run into me and someone else. It just looks bad. So that was my
Yep,
thing
but
towards that.
Prince, that will happen when people do not understand the purpose of dating. And
Mhm.
I said that because even when you want to date the right way, there are some persons would take it to another level.
Mhm.
They have their emotions so involved. I mean, at this point, you're just trying to explore the possibility. But
Yeah.
some persons, even when you said, okay, we're gonna go on a date, they're thinking way ahead. Like they're thinking marriage. They're thinking like they're in a relationship already. You're not.
Mhm.
That's not the purpose of it, right? So
Is that
if
also
somebody comes into a dating, pardon?
is that more so female or also males are doing this?
I would think it's both ways,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's both ways. I'm gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I think it's both ways. But there is a need for the understanding of what it is to date, what it is really, you know, because if people understand that up front, then it makes it easier for the process, right?
The someone said dating is, so you're saying, so courting is the more serious than dating then, right? That's what you're saying.
It actually goes together. It actually goes together because it's a the courting is informational, like information that you're trying to get from the person. But dating is as I said, the active part of getting that information. So if I'm courting somebody, and I'm just trying to get the information, like online, from friends, you know, like finding out from friends how this person is, and finding out from their close, like, relatives and stuff, like how this person is and what do you think about this person. You would gather certain information, but in dating, you actually get to have first-hand information of the individual. For instance, if you go on a date, let's say for a dinner, and let's say you decide to take her to a fine dining restaurant, and you're expecting certain things when you're there at a fine dining, like the way they eat and the way they hold a fork and stuff like that. You might be looking out for those things, right? But then you would get to know if she can handle a knife and fork.
True.
Then you would know if she can handle the steak and how she deal with the steak and stuff like that. Those are information that you can only get firsthand if you go out, socialize together.
Yeah, J Cox is saying she believes dating grooms people to not commit. And she's saying courting is, let me see where did I miss that. Courtship is more intentional. You agree with that?
Well, it's yes, it's intentional, but it still goes. Dating is still a part of courtship. That's all I'm saying. It is intentional. Yes. Your objective is to get somewhere. Your objective is to get into a relationship with this person. But during that process, the dating is what will determine that.
Cool. All right. So let's go. Let's take this one more comment from Jay Cooks, and then we're gonna move ahead. Okay. She says, according to a quick research I did, courtship is more serious and traditional than dating. It involves getting to know your partner with expectation that marriage is the end goal. Dating is a broad term that can mean many things, including casual dating, hooking up, or being in a long-term relationship, and which is very true. Like, there's so many broad meanings. I think it boils down to the two individual. Someone is making fun of your hold on fork, the way you hold your fork on TikTok.
No, that was just a quick scenario.
Jermaine finally made it, yeah. What's going on, my boy?
Yo, Daddy, my man, crazy.
I'm going through all kind of shortcuts just to send you an email.
Listen, some things I go through just now. Here's what I said. Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so great. Um, let's go back to and Jermaine, you can come in here at any given time. What's your expectations on a first date? The first time you're taking out the young lady, and obviously Marshall is here. Marshall, you can also comment on this too. Everybody in the comments, you can shoot your comments. We will read it out. We'll try our best to read it out. This is the very first time you're taking out this person. A man is taking out a young lady. I don't know if there is first date where a woman is actually taking out a man. There might be a few. This is 2023, but the norm is a man is taking a woman out. This is the very first time you're taking this lady out, this young lady, middle-aged lady, old lady, whatever. What's your expectations?
Expectation on the
It's
first.
your first night, night or daytime, whenever you guys are going out. What's your expectation?
I think everybody come with well, that's a big small expectation, but I can only talk from my perspective. Turn that down just a little bit from there. First date. Um, I think I think growing up are things that they instill in our mind growing up. There's always this big production on the first date. You have to do X, Y, Z, as it meaning that you have to spend all $500 on a date and all of these things. And
Jamaican dollars or Canadian dollars?
you know what I mean? Um, not American money. So I guess Canadian dollars or US dollars. You know what I mean? But they're always it's always the expectation of the woman expecting this big production first date. But sometimes we as male, where I can maybe talk from my perspective. I remember first date. I used to want to impress this girl. You know what I mean? So when she leave, she have this man. This guy is fantastic. He did everything and all of these things. And the more you get older and grow, you realize those things are not necessary. I think we were watching a video and this girl was carrying on about Cheesecake Factory. You know how much money to go on a date at Cheesecake Factory? You can leave there with a $250 bill.
Mhm.
So I think maybe the last 2 or 3 men that took her out, you know, wow her. And maybe that's why they're not there. That's why she may be on a third date with him.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But I remember going on a date that I think we were talking about it. I was saying, you know what? If I'm gonna go on a date with a person at this day and age, because you mentioned old, whatever, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
I anyway, you say if I'm gonna ask the person out, I say, you know what? I'll ask a few things. What would where would you like to go? What your palate feels like. Is that a type of food?
Yes. Yes.
And based on what she tell me, I know I'm open for anything because I'm a foodie. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I know anywhere I go, it doesn't matter if it's where she wants to go. I know I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? I don't care. I'm going to enjoy myself. And I will actually say, you know what? How you think about X, Y, Z? Because sometimes they don't know what they want.
True.
You know what I mean? Because I know I came with a plan of what I want at the end of the day or where I want to take her at the end of the day. Because for me, I like to give people experience. I like to take them out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And you know that. I like to take people out of the comfort zone.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? And I will anywhere I go, I will know that it's somewhere I know I'm going to enjoy. If I say I'm going to spend $150, but the thing is, I think I was telling you that if my dinner gonna cost me $70, $80, drinks, all of these things may cost me $90 to $100.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I can lose another $80 or something like that. I think we had that conversation. I can lose that much,
Yes.
even if even if we don't go on another date. But I will spend $150 or $200 knowing that I'm going to enjoy myself.
Yes, sir.
If I'm going to enjoy myself, I will spend the money. I'll make sure she have a great time.
Awesome. Awesome.
But
Awesome. Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? I took my girl to A&W first
Mhm.
time, and she enjoyed it.
And she, oh, all right.
It cost us maybe less than $20. You understand what I'm saying? And as you and I know, I don't tell people what I do if I'm gonna go out somewhere. I don't tell them what I do. I'll tell them the worst thing I do, just see where their mind is at.
Where their mind at, yeah.
You know what I mean? And if they pass and stuff like that, then maybe on the next date, then we do a big production.
An upgrade, then you can upgrade, right?
An upgrade. Yeah. So don't come with all of these expectations and all of these things. It's not necessary. Because you might fail in the process.
Someone in the comments says, let me put that here. Let me see if I can bring it up. I'm okay spending that money on McDonald's chicken nuggets. On that first.
No, that's nothing wrong with that. It's what your first date looks like. You know what I mean?
I think when I say a lot of times also we're talking about first date, and the first thing comes, a lot of people talking about restaurants, like Marsha was saying, some people love nature. So it doesn't even, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not even all about the money. I think it's really about spending quality time.
Exactly.
To gather information on the person, right?
McDonald's.
So
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't really, a lot of times people are trying to do this big shebang, and then, but what's the essence of the date, really?
Yeah.
Are you really that hungry that your food is on your mind, or you just it's ready to gather information so we can see if we can take this to level 2? You know,
exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? So what was this young man perspective? What was his take on it?
Let's see what Jay Cooks is saying. I think first dates out of social pressure on first date. I think first date out of social pressure on men when it should be getting to know someone and just vibe. Exactly. That's what I think. That's what I think it's all about. Is really to kind of enjoy each other company, and that could be doing several different things.
Yeah. Yeah. Click on the live. Click on the thing. Mm-hmm.
All right. So expectations, especially on a first date. The first date holds significant importance as it sets a tone for the future interaction. But the thing is, while expectations differ, from person to person, there are some common consideration and stuff that should be taken, should be expected on a first date. And one of that is communication.
Mm-hmm.
You should have clear and open communication. Both individuals should express their expectations at that point, and their interests, their boundaries, to ensure that each other, that you're comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to enjoy the experience, as my guy was saying. The process shouldn't be all about the big shebang and the big like what where we go to eat, and it shouldn't be on that. Yes, that would be nice. However, the focus should not be on this big fine dining, and because you're not at that stage yet.
Correct.
Right. And then the second thing is respect and courtesy, like treating each other with respect and courtesy, right? Like being attentive. Like if you're on a date with this person and
don't be on your phone,
she's talking to you and you're there like Prince on the phone and you're texting, that is disrespect.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't think all of those things should be discussed before the meetup?
You mean prior to meetup?
Prior to meetup. Because when you meet up, everybody have an understanding.
But I would want to think that, especially in this day and age where I'm sure if you're taking someone out, you guys already correspond via
Exactly.
whatever.
Yeah. So when you get to the date, when you do the first meetup, then everything's supposed to be nice. You know what I mean? You know, everything's supposed to be nice. You know, so we can't sugarcoat it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But common respect and courtesy would tell you that if you and somebody is having a conversation, you shouldn't be on your phone. You should at least respect them or have the courtesy to listen to what they have to say, especially if you're on a first date with somebody that you're interested in.
Yeah.
Like you want to hear them, you want to, you know, hear their heart. You want to hear, you know, what they're thinking, that kind of thing. So it is important that you show that respect and courtesy, right? Listen attentively and show genuine interest in the other person's to foster a positive connection.
I get that. Then you just have to maybe go to Tim Hortons, have a coffee, and then talk like this. You know what I mean?
That's fine.
But
that is fine.
But the real thing, I believe the first day shouldn't be more of a corporate feel. It should be something very spontaneous, just to see what you guys' interests are. You know, go play some, you know, go miniature golf, go to a movie. I wouldn't even say a movie the first night, because the movie, you're just sitting down there.
Yeah, you can't talk. So yeah.
You can't talk.
Yeah,
so
that's distraction.
Spontaneous. You know what I mean? That's how I look at first date. You know, all the built up to meet up. You know what I mean? We're supposed to do something spontaneous. Hey, let's go take a long drive, and you know what I mean? Grab a bite here and then do something just to break ice.
Yes.
And sometimes in this day and age, people just, you know, they read your resume online, especially if you're on dating site and all of that. They read your resume, and then when they see you, you're a totally different person. So you break the ice. You know what I mean? That's why when I meet my lady, I say, you know what? Hey, listen to me, man. We went on a lot of adventures. Mm-hmm. We do a lot of stuff. You know what I mean? I say, you know what? Hey, I'm going to cook for you and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Rather than I'm not going to just sit down there with you for an hour or two, just talking. We're supposed to already have an understanding who we are, what we do, you know, what we're about, meeting up. So when we meet up, I said, hey, you know what? You know, I said, you know, to the point that if I understand that I know you are, I know a little about your interests. You know what? Okay, she says she's interested in flowers. She likes flowers. Yeah. She likes orchids. She likes rose. She likes red rose, whatever she likes. You know what I mean? I may bring something. I say, you know, I should like a bottle of wine. I should maybe show up with that, because I know those things are interests.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Hey, you know what? I got an idea. Let's go take a hike. You know, we're gonna meet up, bring some boots and stuff like that. We're gonna take a hike. You understand what I'm saying? Because these things break the ice.
Break the ice for sure.
Rather than you go sit down and in a corporate setting just talking. I get bored easily. I'll drown you out. I'm just being honest. I'll drown you out.
A quick question from Joe. Joe is asking, do y'all believe traditional versus modern day principles make a difference when initiating a date while getting to know a person?
Repeat that.
Do you believe traditional versus modern day principles makes a difference when initiating a date while getting to know a person? Joe is asking that question.
Mm-hmm. I'm very unorthodox, so you know, so you answer that first, Prince. I'm very unorthodox. You know what I mean?
Okay, so
I'm a big fan of tradition, but I hear what you guys say.
I personally believe in the traditional way, because that is where I went.
Mm-hmm. Went traditional
for my first date. For my first date,
mm-hmm.
We actually went to
church, yeah? Went to church.
Yes. I thought so too.
No. Our first date, we went to botanical gardens.
Mm-hmm.
and we went, and I think we just bought some KFC or something, and we just went in the garden, spread a sheet on the ground,
Wow.
and we sat there and ate, and we had a conversation.
That's romantic. Look at you.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm proud of you, man. I want to be like you when I grow up.
So I would go with the traditional. I'm not sure what the modern principle is. But looking at the video that you sent earlier, Prince,
Yeah.
if I had to deal with somebody like that, I think that's the last time I would have been seeing her.
Oh yeah.
I would have tried my best to be a gentleman, if not to take her back in my car to get a ride for her or something. But I would try my best to take her back because I took her out from her home. I would try my best to take her back without having a blown up argument and all of that, because what she expressed in that video, that was I'm honestly hoping it was just a role play.
We are streaming.
It wasn't.
What if you don't come out the car?
If an individual like that, if she can, her notion or everything was just wrong for the first date. Like everything was just wrong.
Just the fact that you were waiting a whole hour for her. I don't know if I would have waited. I'm a very nice guy. I don't know if
I'll be out.
an hour.
I'll be out.
I think 20 minutes, 25 minutes, I'll be gone long time. She'll come downstairs and she'll probably seen the exhaust.
And just imagine he waited patiently for an hour for her. And he didn't make a fuss of it. He didn't make any, thing of it and anything. But then when she get to a place like Cheesecake Factory, my guy was said, like, Cheesecake Factory is expensive, bro.
It is expensive.
It's expensive. And
She
then
said
when
she
she's
would
gonna
die
be
if she
like,
went there. She can't
when
do
she's
shit.
gonna be looking down at Cheesecake Factory like it is lower than McDonald's or like,
Let me tell you something.
That was the end. I found out what I want to
Exactly.
right there.
Yeah. You got enough information. You got enough information. No second.
Yes.
A Negroni and a red velvet cheesecake. That's almost $50. A cheesecake.
Listen, if the lady went there, she would have died. Okay.
A glass of wine is around $15.
Yo, but I prefer the traditional way. As I said, I'm not quite sure what the modern day expectations are, or principles, because I know it drifted, but I'm not quite sure what it is.
I think the modern day meetup is read your resume online, and I will determine from there if I should meet you or not. And I believe the old school way, which I believe we grown people, I like to see in person.
Yeah.
We have that conversation. You understand?
Yeah.
And then you just be clear.
So I guess the consensus is that there is the modern day versus the traditional principle. There is a difference. That kind of makes
big difference.
Yeah, there is because, as I said, like what I would have preferred to do like back in the days, like now, if I probably shoot that to some young lady now, she might wonder, like, what's wrong with you? Like, why can't we go to Jack Oster's or one of these, or up in the tower, CN Tower, have what I mean? Where we can be dining and looking at beautiful sceneries and all that. We ain't get to that level yet.
And
we are not there as yet.
One of the things I noticed in the video, she keeps saying we are not there yet. But the expectation already exceeds where they are.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I didn't like. Like I said, I was really trying to be as very neutral as possible with the video. I'm like, even though she was saying stuff to really get under my skin, I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna ignore all this. I want to make it to the end of the video. But her, she was just being a brat at one point, And I mean, I'm not trying to disrespect her in any way, but I think she was really disrespecting herself.
She was disrespecting to herself and to the guy. But
I-
kudos to that guy though. Kudos to that guy, man. He
He's a
dealt with
thumbs
that
up.
like a boss.
He's a gentleman.
1 hour, waiting 1 hour. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
he
You know that,
dealt with that like a boss.
you know, I would have bring her there and I just if she, when she come out of the car, just tell her stay in the line. I'll just be right back. I'm just gonna grab something from the car. And I'm gone.
You can't do that, man. Come on.
No,
Come on.
sometimes you have to do
Fuck the
this
lady
thing.
back home, eh?
They make it really bad, you know.
Mhm.
As I tell her, the last 3 men or 2 men that came into her life do these things. So she thinks that she is obligated and have all she can what's the word we always use? Entitled.
She's very entitled.
Yeah,
very,
But that is why she's still looking, because this is the 3rd one, and then she's going on a 4th because this
Terrible.
guy is done with that too. So
Yeah.
because
hard.
her expectation is way above board,
Yeah.
is
And then,
way
and then she
above
have,
board.
she have the audacity, you know, to video it.
Oh, that's another thing. Oh,
Oh
my
yeah.
God. It makes her look even worse. No,
Yeah,
everybody's
because she-
coming after her.
I would love
Because
for
her intention was for the guy to look bad, you know,
Yes.
like a cheapskate. This is where he's bringing me for a first date, like, you know, she wanted to discredit him,
exactly.
but it turned around. It turned around
Just
on
like
her.
big
But you know what? Even though I think she shouldn't have this, she shouldn't have
streaming both
recorded.
place.
I'm glad she recorded, because if she was telling that same story to
Hold
her
on, come
fans, if she wouldn't have told it the way it came out in the video.
Huh?
True.
Understand? It would have, the guy would have been he would have been rude, he would have been this, he would have been that, because she was always trying to make certain remarks to kind of make the guy look bad, and he stayed calm and respectful.
Horrible.
Times.
Horrible.
Yeah, he handled that very well. Very
I
well.
wish her parents could see that.
Might have more patience than some Christians would.
Oh, trust me.
So you believe? You guys mentioned something about Christian earlier. If I think Prince, you were saying if that's the Christian way of first date or something like that. Because I believe sometimes a lot of Christian girls, you know, expecting first date should be certain way.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's just Christian girl, but because I'm in the Christian faith, you see that a lot.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They're entitled
yeah.
to. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I think I overheard you guys talking about it because I've experienced that before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I want to be entitled sometime too. You understand?
Speak the
But-
truth and shame the devil.
Yeah, but I think it's terrible. You know what I mean? Just come and just, as my brother said, you know what? When he's going on a date with somebody, you know what I mean? He wants to know that he's gonna enjoy himself
Yes.
Yeah.
to the fullest. You know what I mean? He don't care if she don't enjoy herself, but him bring her to enjoy herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I don't know, man. I just don't know. I think these day and age, man, people I don't know if people are watching too much reality TV. You know what I mean? Housewife on ABC,
Yeah.
whatever it is. You know what I mean? I feel as if that, you know, they can come and do these things. You know what I mean? Do you have a job, by the way? Do you have a job? You know what I mean? What if we come and be entitled? How much do you make a year?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are you renting? Do you take the bus or you drive a car? So don't come and be entitled. Don't do these things.
Yeah.
Because we draw you out.
Yeah, I've seen
And
this a lot.
these are the information that you need to gather during this period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, instead of just focusing on the lavish stuff, you know, these are the very important stuff that you do. Because yes, the man can take you to CN Tower and have a dinner up there, but you know, and give you that hope that he has it all, not knowing that sometimes that guy probably work his butt off for a month or whatever just to save that money to take them out on that one day.
One
then
date.
what happened after?
No
What
more
happened
dates
after?
after that. Man can't afford another date until 5 years down
And,
the road.
and that is it, because she would be expecting the second date or the third date to be to go higher. They have to go somewhere different. They have to go and probably get some Louis Vuitton and stuff like that, and get a limousine and all of that, you know. But it is more to the foundation of dating is to get to know the person.
That's right. That's right.
You know, get to know the person, and from there you can it either goes either way. Either it goes on building the relationship, because you find the value and stuff like that in the person that you think that you believe that you can grow into a good relationship and potentially get married and start a family and stuff like that. Or if during the dating you find, you know, well, this person they don't have what I'm looking for, you know, it is okay that, you know, you part ways. It is okay. It is very, very okay that you part ways. But you have to make sure that while you're dating, you do not get your emotion on a high.
Yeah.
Yes, you might feel attracted to the individual and stuff like that, but do not bring in that emotional connection as yet. Take your time. Get to know the person. Get to know the person. Get to know the person.
Someone said take time to know her. It's not an overnight thing.
It's not an overnight thing, man.
Is that Jermaine Percy Sledge? Is it? You don't know them songs, boy. I think it's Percy Sledge that said that. Take time to know her.
Sledge, yes.
Not an overnight thing.
Yeah. It's and it goes for the women too. You know, get to know the guy. Get to know the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. Get to know him. It is important.
I agree.
You know, not just to rush in and go into it blindly and talk about for love at first sight and you get all these goose pimples and all of that and getting yourself excited and your emotion involved. If he doesn't, just imagine you're dating somebody and you don't call them like the next day and they're upset.
Yeah.
Like, what are you upset about? Like, what are you upset about?
Calling the person several times a day, buddy.
Yeah, but that is not your fiance. It's not your husband. Like, what are you getting upset about? You're now getting to know the person.
Yeah.
Well, some man make it really, really, really bad for other men. Reason being why I say that is because I look at my business and I deal with people on a day-to-day basis. And I deal with a lot of men, female, on a day-to-day basis. I'll see some of these men come in to get their hair done and all of these stuff, and then after they're sending photos. You know, I said, what are you sending photos to? Oh, I have to send photos to the also because she like when I every time when I take picture. I said, no, you're creating some bad habits here, bro. Because the day when you stop doing that is problems. You know what I mean? Every day, every week they come in, yeah, I have to send a photo and stuff like that. I said, dude, stop breaking these women. You know what I mean? Stop. These are bad habits you're creating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't mind. And then you're calling them like 10, 15 times for the day. And then when that gets... Oh, so there's people, you know, echoing in the background, you know.
It's right. Is it Jackson? Is it Jackson?
I think it's Jackson. I know Jackson wouldn't say nothing like that. But I used to do it myself. I believe a lot of us, we do that sometimes. You know what I mean? I think that's in the early stage. We start, you know, but we have to nip some of these things, you know what I mean? Because a lot of these women, after a year of this relationship and they're going to another one, they're expecting certain things.
Yeah.
And because you, the next man, don't do those crap. You know what I mean? Well, such and such used to do. I don't care. That's not me. Then go back to him then. You know what I mean? Oh, it used to take you to Four Seasons. No, I'm taking it to Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
No,
Cracker Barrel.
because you know what I mean. I'm on the $50 level. Maybe that person's on the $100 level. That's not my level yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let us get there together. Let us see how you handle the $50 or the $10 me first.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I'm not saying we won't get there, but we are courting getting to know.
Yes.
The knowing. And the knowing is so important. And a lot of people don't want to get to know. They just want to jump to, yes, me already understand him already. Let me go in wisdom with him now. You know, the manifestation, meaning that we're there. No, we're not there yet.
Yeah.
You're still learning me.
While you're right there, because I find some people, I think
That felt nice.
I think Marshall also earlier mentioned love at first sight. Some I think some, especially ladies, I think, sure, some men also, but I mean, I obviously don't. I've never dated or courted a man, so I only can say my experience from who I've courted.
I'll rub that thing up on my foot in the meantime.
Okay.
Question.
Moving on.
Moving on. Oh, shoo.
The knife.
Question.
Talk about knife, Jen.
Do you think there's a time limit on how long you should date someone before you probably move on to the level of engagement or marriage? You think there's a limit? Some people have it's after 3 months, some people 6 months, some people a year, couple years. What's your process on that?
So the duration of dating, that is more subjected to it is subjective and it can vary greatly.
Mm-hmm.
Some individuals may engage in what we call casual dating.
Yeah.
Where they explore multiple connections without a long-term commitment.
Mm-hmm.
Others may pursue exclusive dating, like with the intention of building a committed relationship.
Yeah.
The duration of dating varies, because if it is that you while you're in the initial stage of the dating and stuff like that, and the courtship, you are seeing some traits in the person that you think, okay, yes, this is what I'm looking for, and vice versa. The person, is picking up some vibes that, yes, this looks like the individual that I want to be with. But it depends on the individual. Like, how much information do you want before you can make a decision to get into a binding relationship with this person? Like, how much information you want to know of this person?
Well,
right. And as I said earlier, this process is for you to try to get as much information as possible.
Mm-hmm.
You would never get all the information.
Mm-hmm.
For me, we dated, I would say, like for a year. But during that year, we knew exactly what we wanted,
mm-hmm.
and we knew that we are gonna be together.
Mm-hmm.
We knew that it's gonna end up in marriage, so we start planning our wedding. But that is before I again, old school. After a couple months, I realized, this is the person that I want to be with and stuff like that. I decided to go and meet her parents, grandparents, and then we start from there. We decide, okay, we're gonna get married, and we start planning our wedding from then. And December coming will be 24 years, and it worked for us. But
Oh, you get married for 24 years? The man look 24 and you get married as a baby.
yeah, but it just didn't go. It just didn't went through like a breeze. It was not just a walk in the park. We had our challenges, we had our ups and downs, but because we knew what we wanted from the inception, we decided that whatever obstacle comes, that we're gonna deal with it, because our intention is to stay together.
Yeah.
So whatever obstacle comes along, we deal with it before it gets to a position that it can't be dealt with anymore. Right? So we tackle it early, deal with it, get it out of the way, and move on.
So your friends,
right? So the duration, it depends on the individual, what you're looking for and stuff like that.
And depends on what you're looking for and what you're seeing, that can either speed up the process or the process can be slowed down.
Totally.
So
you know what I mean?
Because a lot of times we miss. A lot of times when we see things that we are seeing that we like, sometimes we gloss over there are things that we also not like. So it's better you spend time and iron those things out, because there's certain things you don't want to take over into, because what about if you can't iron these things out? It's better you figure it out now before you jump that rope, so to speak.
And that goes for if it's something that is that would be problematic in the relationship down the road, then spend time and deal with it. Yes. But if it's minor stuff that the person, because they are young or whatever, they can we can deal with, we can figure it out during the course. Yeah, why not? But if it's something that you see, like trust issues and stuff like that you see up front, that needs to be dealt with one time. You have to deal with that, because if you're taking trust issues into the marriage, you're looking for trouble.
Correct.
Yeah. So again, it's up to the individuals, like what you're looking for and how fast you get your information that you want, and what you can and can take into a serious relationship.
Yeah. And I really like that, because as I said, some people can meet love at first sight and know exactly this is it.
So Jermaine, you believe in love at first sight or attraction at first sight? Hey TikTok, what's going on, TikTok? We here.
But by the way, first of all, accept my invitation on TikTok, please. I wanted to throw that out real quick, because
you send an invitation. You send me an invitation on TikTok.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get him on TikTok while we're doing all of this, so people see what's going on. You understand? But anyway,
send the invitation again. I don't have one.
I did. I sent it. I'd send it. It's there.
You see how he's roughing me up, boy?
Yes, I am. So, that is very good. Great point. And a lot of couples are people who are trying to get together or are together. Need some of these fundamental words of encouragement that this young man saying here. He knew what he wanted. Both of them knew what they wanted. And you see, they didn't. Maybe they have discussed more stuff, but they're here 24 years later. And they're still here. And you said, what? There's a lot of challenges and it's rough. And a lot of these young people are people today don't want challenges. They want to jump the gun as they see something, turn left, they're out. So I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, how I tackle relationship? I tackle relationship based on vows. The vows that is there. Better for worse, richer for poor, sickness and in health. You know what I mean? I used to run out and say, I'm gonna look for a girlfriend. That's when I was young. I don't do that anymore. I said I'm looking for a wife.
All right, Destin.
I'm looking for a wife. You know what I mean? But when I tackle a relationship based on vows. For better for because a lot of people only when it's better they want to stay. Only when money's flowing they want to stay. Only when I'm in my best health they want to stay. I send you the invitation again. They want to stay. You know what I mean? And people don't walk in love. People don't run in love. You grow in love.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So I don't think for me, when I was a child, I used to say, you know what? Oh, I love at first sight.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? What is it I'm in love with? I don't have no date after person. Maybe it's the infatuation or whatever I see. You know, I was like, man, this blow me away. You know, this person just took my breath away. Maybe that's my kryptonite. My only someone's kryptonite would take their breath away. You know what I mean? And my kryptonite took my breath away. That's why I could say, you know what, man, I felt like it was love at first, but it wasn't really love at first sight.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
That's
But
attraction, mere attraction.
exactly. You know what I mean? That's why I love listening to Miles Monroe and TD Jakes and not Joel Osteen, Noel Jones when they talk about relationship, even Creflo Dollar. You know what I mean? They really speak on like foundation of marriage. You know what I mean? And things that you said earlier, young man, really spoke volume to me and spoke life to me because you're not seeing 24 years, 50 years, 40 years these day and age.
Mhm.
And worse in church, you're not seeing that. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
I
true,
believe
true.
sometimes people stay there because they stay in a relationship because they have things tied up in. You know what I mean? I know people in relationship they don't even sleep in the same room.
Oh, well.
You understand what
Yep.
I'm saying? Why are you
Christians.
Christian and
Yeah.
non-Christian? You know, I understand the both world. You know what I mean? I've been down the road of marriage, and you know, I ran into it because the church tell me say I should stand by this and live by that. So I run go do it and went and crash. But there was no one to get was no accountability. You know what I mean? Because I was gonna ask you if you had mentor
Mhm.
that mentor both of you on the journey of getting married. You know what I mean? Even when I jumped the gun, I said I'm gonna engage. But you know, when I did the engagement, I felt like I was already married. The person felt like she was married, and the, all these things that show. I said, you know what? Engagement does mean marriage. We're learning. You understand what I'm saying?
It's a promise. Promise to.
It's a promise that I'm gonna be accountable and whatever and loyalty and that at XYZ. You know what I mean? But this day and age, when you hear people at 24 years and all of these things, I take my hat off to those people. You understand? Because these things they're not there. We're hoping that it's there. You know what I mean? And you are the people that should go online and do boot camps, seminar, classes for young people of today's generation. You know what I mean? Because a lot of they said 85%. I don't know what's the statistic now. 85% of people living in condominiums
Mhm.
are single women, broken women, people who
Yeah.
got other things, and you know what I mean. And they're using building up walls. You know what I mean. So sometimes you find them in gyms. You know what I mean. They're hiding behind things, emotional trauma. So they're using the gym to get rid of all of these things, and they use food. You know, so sometimes the women get overweight. You know what I mean, because they're using food to hide behind certain things. You know what I mean. I wish you would start something like this to really impact a lot of young people today, and even grown people like us, because sometimes we need it. You know what I mean? We need
Yeah.
this assurance or reminder. So kudos to you, man.
Awesome, awesome, guys. Awesome. I love it. I love it, man. This was great. I didn't even know we would have dived in so deep in some of these things, but it's really good that we went from originally just talking about first date, and then went from love at first sight, like at first sight, and deeper things in relationship, because I think, especially a lot of times we kind of overlook relationships and marriage and stuff, and marriage in a whole, because I always look, because marriage in itself is a long-term investment.
Hmm.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
And it's one of the
Mhm.
one of the biggest investment that you can make. So I'm like, if I'm gonna make such an investment, why not take time to know the person that I wanna make that leap of faith with, right? So why would I say, oh yeah, I just grab you and
Really,
marry
Fernando.
you a month. I
That
grab you
that
and marry you after a month. I don't know what I'm getting into, and then before you know it, I have to
Where
back
you-
up that commitment.
Where? Mm-hmm.
Right?
yeah that happens when now if you look at business, if you're gonna succeed in a business,
Mhm.
if you follow the principles of the business that will get you from point A to point B, if you follow those principles, you will be successful no matter what. But if you jump the steps, you're heading to damnation. You're heading to destruction. If you want to jump the steps,
Yeah.
like the shift the gear shifts cars. Well, they're so far out. The cars that the stick shift.
Mm-hmm.
You know when you're dealing with the stick shift, you have to go from first gear, second gear, third gear, fourth gear. But if you jump from first gear to fourth gear, that's problems. You're gonna mash
Yeah,
up the
yeah,
engine,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So it is important that you take these steps, and this is the foundation. Dating, it is the foundation, and it is like a manual that comes with every equipment.
yeah.
It tells you what you can do with this device, what you shouldn't do with the device, these things. So you are creating a manual with this individual to know what you can get out of this person,
That's
what you
right.
see, where you think it can go and stuff like that in a long run, in the future, where how you feel you can deal with situations in the future.
Mhm.
So it's not all about the glitz and the glamour.
It
And
is.
that is what people need to understand. If you understand the principles of dating and courtship, you will have a wonderful marriage.
Question for you, since you are married, sir, is because you say you've been married for quite a while. You said you guys are together for 20 odd years, 24 to be exact, right? Do you find in that 24-year process that either yourself or your partner has evolved in the sense that what you guys once, what somebody once liked maybe 5 years ago, 15 years ago, they're not into that anymore. So you kind of evolve. You find those things in your
Of
encounter.
course,
Mhm.
because what we need to understand is that the world is a progressing place. It progresses.
Mhm.
So the things that we would have desired back then, because of the progression of the environment that we are in, it changes.
Yeah.
So back then we probably would have liked to to do certain things, but and it also progresses with age.
Sorry,
As you
people.
age,
I know,
your
right?
desires for certain things
Can't
change.
do back trips no more.
It changed.
Yeah, and a big discussion here. Nice.
Like when you're younger, you could have probably gone out, like, well, for the persons that like to sport and stuff like that, they will probably go out like every weekend. They want to go out and and they out to this fete and whatever. But when you while you're aging, those desires kind of drop
Lessons.
off, and as well as when you start having children involved in the relationship, things change drastically,
It's changed drastically.
because most of your attention now is towards them, and they are bringing, and the provision, making sure that they have. So it's less about you although you cannot take the attention off of you of the part of you and your partner completely. You cannot do that, because that in itself would mash up things.
Why believers do that?
You're still paying attention to each other's needs, right? But most of the focus now is shifted to the children, because you have that responsibility to bring them up in a certain way, right? So as you progress, as you age, as the marriage age, things are going to change.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Why we as when we become a follower of the gospel believer, when the Godhead say, God, your wife, your kid, your house, whatever it is, then church. Well, why do we believers put God, church, kids, house, husband and wife at the end? Why we do that?
That is because they shifted the kingdom principle.
Yeah, but shouldn't we know that by now?
Yeah, we should, but it also depends on the person that is leading the congregation.
Meaning
because if
head.
the leader instill those values and upkeep those values, then it would put the followers in a better position to say, you know what, let me do it this way. But if the leaders doesn't show that respect for those principles, and they just focus on spirituality and neglecting the physicality, that is going to be the end result.
Yeah, but they even say, for instance, your pastor marry you, they tell you that in the initial, they tell you that day now. What happened? Then it's not just the pastor's fault, it's your fault.
Yeah, of course. But and yeah, it is. I agree. It is, because even without them setting that trend, you supposed to know for yourself that this is the criteria, this is the principle, the kingdom principle, this is how it's supposed to be, and you have to follow that.
And then when
I said again, if you follow the principles,
yeah,
you would end up with good results.
Yeah, but it's common sense. You know what I mean? But the sense is not that common. You know what I mean? And then you see a lot of homes mashing up, and then you ask yourself, but you know that. You should know that. I understand if you put your kid before the marriage, but not the church before the marriage.
That should never be.
You know what I mean? And then when your household are mash up, you come and say the devil. It's not the devil, it's you.
I gotta blame it on something or someone.
And I'm gonna intercede and I pray down the place and when you know what you're doing. I remember when I was married before, I had to cuss my wife's pastor. I cuss him out intelligently, but not disrespectfully. Oh, but we're
intelligent cut out.
Listen,
right?
We're at an age that we can talk, man. You know what I mean? And we're not gonna sugarcoat the thing. You understand what I'm saying? Let's be real about it.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? And I had to talk to him. I said, listen to me, man. I feel you put a cult on this woman. Because your home's sleeping nicely. And my home is in misery. Because she have to go do XYZ for church and forgot about my needs. You know what I mean? And then what happened? When you keep doing that, what's gonna happen? Then we're gonna start look somewhere, because we are men. And we're people. I'm not saying that's what you're supposed to do. You understand what I'm saying? But these are some things that happen. But these are some things I'm just being real with you guys.
Yes.
These are some things that happen, because there's
Yeah,
men
yeah.
out there. There's men in church there that is going through hell right now and don't have an outlet or voice, because because pride have to kick in. What pastor have to say? What the church have to say?
Mhm.
What you say?
Yeah.
What got that for you? Because I've seen that, man. I've seen it, because it happened to me too. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, because it happened to me too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of us, and then, because that's the reason why I said it. Me, if I do marriage again, I don't know who I'm inviting to the wedding, and I know who I'm allowing into the marriage,
Yes.
because we jump into all of these things and say, you know what? Okay, we're gonna get married, so that meaning that we don't know the difference.
Mm.
The marriage and the wedding, it's two different things.
Oh yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And you have to be selective and
Yeah.
strategic. You understand what I'm saying? And I mean, you know me, I'm a realist when it comes to this, man. I'm not
Yes.
sugarcoating. I've been in the walking with. I can let me change this a different way. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm not just a follower, okay? I'm not just a follower, because a lot of us, you know, I only can talk about Christian marriage because that's what I was in. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I believe there's some things that we need to be really sit down and talk to. I don't think 2 weeks can make us decide. Pastor can make us decide, because every decision we make is between us.
Mhm.
I used to allow all of this
Outside noise.
noise, and then by the time we come to our decision, we're confused. You understand? I remember my ex used to come up in my face and say, "Hey, me not do this, me not do that." Excuse me. The bed is undefiled. The bed is undefiled. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And you know, Prince, you know, I'm a realist with this, man. So I'll talk about these things. You know what I mean? And you know, I may say something that you won't say. You understand what I'm saying? Because you know what? I'm comfortable in my skin,
Mm.
and I know who I am.
Yes, sir.
I don't know all of me yet, because I'm still catching up to me. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, I can say, you know what, man, I'm fabulous on all of these things. You know what I mean? I love me. So anybody come to know me now, you know what I mean? You mentioned something 20 years, 10 years, something is a different person today.
Yes.
You can mention something like that.
You're evolving. Yes.
Yeah.
And I tell you, it hurt me to see that, you know, a lot of marriages in that space does, you know, I think the ratio is high, very high. You know, I don't know if it's an 80-20, 60-40, or you wanna rate it. It is so high, and we don't do a lot of that accountability and brothers keeper in those space. You know what I mean? You know where I seen it more? I see it more in the secular world.
Oh
Yeah.
yes.
I see a lot of my secular friend then, because I didn't know that there was community where men, you know what I mean, just came out of marriage and they need an outlet and don't have any.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And a lot of us who in church that come out of marriage, we don't have an outlet. We just have a buddy down the road that we confide in and go sit down on a bar with him and let him sit and go drink. That's all we do. There's no outlet. You know what I mean? But this is where the brothers keeper comes in. You know what I mean? I hear Joseph talk about that. It doesn't matter what goes on, you know what I mean? We have to know how to be a brothers keeper, hold people up. You know what I mean? We have to hold people up. And I believe that's why a lot of men become rebels in the space. You know what I mean? Any woman that comes in then just wanna do one thing, in and out.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And stop learning. I love my brother Fabian. They say, you know what? I'm not thirsty. I'm not thirsty anymore. I want to learn people mind. I want to learn your mind. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna tell you all the way I'm having all of these things. I want to learn your mind.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go back into them problem there again.
Yeah. You know, one thing I always wonder, especially for the brothers in the church, right? Because most churches have their men's group, right?
No work for me sometimes.
And I always wonder, like, what is the discussion? Because I mean, obviously, I've not been to one of those in a long time. Because I always find there was there was nothing really there, kind of food to kind of feed on.
None.
So I always wonder, like, but in the most of churches though, like, what kind of conversation like happen in men's group? Like, apart from going to church, as we know, you got to go to church, you got to pray, right? Okay, all that stuff is good, but like, what exactly? What other meat can you gather from men congregating? Like, what happens there? Like, I always wonder. Like, I've gone to very few. I've probably gone to a couple that has been great, but it's very few and far in between, man.
Dude, I believe. Sorry, young man, you speak first because this is a great, great topic.
We have a men's group, and recently we had to do a stock check because we created the group. And we do it on a Zoom, and we meet like every Tuesday night. But
he's gone.
I think it's probably his internet thing.
Yeah. Well, let's talk until he show up back, man.
Yeah, for sure.
I've been into this space, and honestly, there's not a lot of real information for me. You know, sometimes when you're outgrowing a space, that's how I feel. I feel like I outgrown the space to the point that I need, and you know, okay, you have to keep growing.
Yes, sir.
I can't keep staying here all the time. You become stagnant, man. You know what I mean? Every time when I go to this space, let us do activities. Let's go somewhere. Stop going to regular space that we always go to all the time. I don't need to go to Muskoka. You know what I mean? Let's go on a road trip, go do something crazy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? We're not going to no Moxie tonight. We're not going to no Blasted Joe. We're going somewhere else.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean? We're going to challenge ourselves. Let's go take a trip, go somewhere, not a country. These are things I enjoy, man. These are things what young people are looking for. They're looking for these type of information. And when we're not being real and realistic with them, they're gone. You understand?
That's it.
Yeah, what are you gonna tell me if I make 100,000 a year and you make 50,000? What can you tell me? You need me to give you that information.
Yeah.
We outgrown the space sometimes. What doesn't mean you're not supposed to, you can't be there. You know what I mean? But it's just to keep you grounded.
But that's my thing, right? Like trust me, people invite me to different men's group all the time, right? And I may try one, but if I'm telling you, if I go to that one and I find I'm asking myself, what's the purpose of me being here? It already tell me that okay, they don't have any information for me. You know, they don't have any information for me, and it seems I might more have information for them, but I'm not their man. I'm not their men's leader, so I didn't come there to take over. You invite me to something. You understand? I'm expecting you to have a certain level of a gathering. You understand? When you talk about men's meeting, we're not having boys meeting. This is not teenager meetings. You understand? Yeah. So you gotta meet me somewhere with your information.
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to be here and I'm leaving and then I'm down there. No. Yeah. And asking myself, why was I there? So that's
Yeah.
why a lot of times I do not attend a lot of these.
Waste.
You understand? Do not just tell it. Like I said, the praying is good.
Yeah.
Of course, it's good. It's good, but that's not all of it.
Not all of it's more.
Understand? Like I want to come and have discussions like these. That's very edifying. You understand? Where I can hear your experience, you can hear my experience, and we all can kind of lean on each other and grow together. But sometimes you go do some stuff, man. Like there is like absolutely nothing happening. Like you wonder, you might have two parties to eat. That might be the best thing happen at the.
Yeah.
It's like
It's very true. Very true. Very true.
you know.
Yeah,
What I'm saying?
as I was saying earlier, before I got
Yeah.
cut off, my battery went out. We have a group that we meet on Tuesday night
Mhm.
on Zoom. Initially, when we started the group, it was during COVID.
Yeah.
So we formed the group with the intent of
How are you? Mhm.
men coming together and discussing matters that are or issues that they are going through. And we come together and we discuss, iron sharpen iron. We can discuss and try to help out each other, giving advice or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then it
Send your
shifted
number first on WhatsApp.
and it went to more like praying, and it kind of got like to a Bible study,
Mhm.
which, as you said before, is good. But we have Bible study on Wednesday night.
Yes.
We have prayer meeting like every day and stuff like that. So on a forum like that, the men need to have a forum where they can discuss things openly, things
Yes.
that they cannot share among like any and anybody.
And
They
anybody
must
there
have that confidence too,
like things that men can just discuss.
that
as-
men can relate to.
Yes.
And the thing is, you men are one of the hardest set of people to communicate openly. So if you're gonna create an environment for them to speak openly, it must be an environment that is trustworthy, that they can know for sure that when they come and they speak about this, we embrace each other, advise each other along the line, share our experiences and stuff like that to help each other, not to be in a environment where you feel open to share, and then you go back and you hear somebody talking about that, or you get back to other individuals that it wasn't supposed to get to in the first place. So recently we were checking and see, like, what was the purpose of this group,
Mhm.
and where it is now. And we realized that we have drifted from the initial idea. We have drifted.
And
So
while
we are trying to work to get back there now.
the sad thing about while you're drifting, especially if you're drifting south, a lot of time while and in that process of drifting, you already lose so many other men by then.
Yeah.
They're not even a part of
Yeah.
the group anymore. It
No.
might just be that 3 or 4 that probably not gonna
The
go.
faithful few.
Yes. But then you already lose. I mean, your goal was supposed to grow these guys, and not only grow spiritually, but numerically more men is coming in. You understand? But
Yeah.
that was not happening because your plane has been going south for the longest while.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that's why
like how we went south from where we started.
Huh? No, I mean we still talking about. I don't think we went south. I think we went from west to east. We dangle a little bit to north, then we come back west to east. We haven't gone south yet.
I tell you, because you see, even initial conversation about the dating thing, it's a big picture,
It is.
Yeah.
and but I like how we we touch on things.
Mhm.
And now you can dissect things.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a beautiful thing about what the young man was saying. Is it Marvin?
Hmm.
Ah,
Yes.
that is it. That is it. That is it. Yeah. I'm just a Prince know me. I'm very kind of radical orthodox
Yes.
type of thinking. You know, I may say things that you want to say, but you may not know how to say it or want to say it because it may offend people. You know what I mean? But I think we're at a place that we just want to just to be real with it. You know,
Correct.
Yeah.
because I think that's where you find truth and healing in the midst of it. You know. Yeah, but if you want to get back to that place of the first date thing, you can. You know what I mean? But if you want to stay here where we are, because sometimes, because the conversation is so sweet, sometimes it takes us other places to open up other doors. And there's reason for it too, you know?
Well, I did start it off by saying we're gonna start with this.
Yeah.
With this,
Ah,
we're gonna go different places. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, but because somebody was late and somebody had technical issues.
Yeah. I blame Jim.
all in all, it was
Yeah.
a good conversation, man. It was a
You know,
good
done
conversation.
properly.
we need to do these things a little bit more often, man. Like where we can just gather, and it should not be a one-time thing. Because what will happen? There are people who are looking forward for these conversations. So it will just grow from here.
Yeah.
You understand? We still have people logging in and still listening to us. You understand? So you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe we don't have to always go this long. We can probably cut it to an hour. But the thing is, the conversation is always so sweet.
Yeah.
In no time,
Yeah.
an hour.
Yeah,
or
but
two
you have to know to manage it.
Yeah, so you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We will cut it down. We'll cut it down for sure to about maybe an hour next time. But
Yeah, always good.
for sure. But let's take the opportunity, guys. Let me take this opportunity, guys, to thank you both and everybody on TikTok and everybody else on YouTube who joined with us and was a part of this conversation. It was all worth it, man. I learned a lot from all the comments.
Yeah.
And all the inputs from everybody, including my two co-hosts, who I think has really, you guys are really exceptional. You know what I mean? So kudos
Right
to you
away.
for sure.
So make sure they're following us, you know what I mean? Your boy Jermaine Cowan, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
please, I want everyone to go check out the album. The album is out. It's called Love Script. You know what I mean? It's up for some big things right now. So I can't give away all of that right now. So follow me on our platform. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Right now I'm actually on TikTok streaming right now too.
Yes,
Guys,
sir.
you know what I mean? And Marvin is there. So I think him up all the social media platform too.
Good.
Is he in
Thank you.
And Marvin, do you have anywhere you want anybody to follow you on TikTok? Any social media handles?
I got I have to set those up properly. I just have an Instagram, but it's not really as active as it should be. But I'm gonna work on those.
Please do. Yeah,
Yes,
man.
I will.
All right, man. We gotta get out of here, people. We spent approximately 2 hours. It was well spent. Again, thank you guys. Thank you, gentlemen, for joining me, man. I'm very, 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 very grateful for your inputs, knowledge, and experience that you have bestowed upon all of us. We learned something here tonight. All right. So hopefully we can do this again. Whenever I'm doing this, I'm gonna always contact you guys, and you guys are always welcome to be a part of it. And utilize this platform also to grow your personal social media. You understand? So if nobody have not heard about Marvin yet, now is the time to hey, listen, I just start my whatever channel or my whatever Instagram or TikTok. Follow me there for more knowledge, and we are always looking forward to hear from men. All right.
Yeah.
I'm clapping that. I'm glad you're back on the space.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you,
know
sir.
what I mean? Yeah. So you want to stream this on TikTok too? You know what I mean? Go TikTok live.
Yes.
You know, to do all of this. You know, so that's where we live most of the time. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. So respect our manners. to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Blessings. Nice to meet you, Jermaine.
Yeah, man. Same. Likewise, man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
blessings.
Check out the music, Love Script. Wherever you
Awesome.
stream music and wherever you watch videos, I'm there.
We there.
All righty.
All right.
Right away.
Peace out.
Peace.
Oh, yo. Prince, you know what time it is.
Okay, we'll talk, buddy.
I'll see you over on TikTok. All right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.